Hey everyone, it's Kaz, and I'm happy to report the Nintendo Switch is finally here. Now, I've been using it for a couple days now, and here are my first impressions. Now, the first thing I noticed, by the way, when I was unboxing, is the build quality. I didn't even power on the machine, and I can already tell, I was already happy that the materials being used are expensive and they feel really premium. It's kind of hard to describe, but the look and feel of the textures in your hands, it really just feels like a next generation console. The Joy-Con 2 is extremely satisfying. When you click the Joy-Cons into the side of the console, I don't know, it just has this crazy satisfying feeling. It's almost like an expensive metal fidget toy. It just feels so good. The third thing I noticed was the size of the screen. It's huge, right, compared to the Switch 1, but in a good way, though. I really feel like the size of the screen, even though it's bigger, it felt thinner. Now, I quickly did some research, and I just wanted to compare, right? So the Switch 1 and the Switch 2 do have the same thickness, but because of the screen is so big, it feels thinner in your hands. Yeah, kind of hard to describe. But it definitely feels good. It feels perfect. It's just great. You just have more real estate, right? The fourth thing I noticed were the speakers. Oh my God, the speakers sound really good, really premium, right? Now, for those of you that like, good game music, or, you like to play music games, huge upgrade in terms of handheld gameplay. So for those of you that usually play your Switch in your hand, or if you plan on playing it in your hand quite a bit, yeah, huge upgrade. Funny thing I kind of noticed, when you first boot up your machine, and you have to configure your account, you have to configure your settings, they play this awesome background music that lets you enjoy the setup. I kind of feel like all gaming companies kind of need to do this now going forward. What I also love is the backwards compatibility. The console breathes new life into older Switch 1 games. Now, there are plenty of games on the Switch 1. Most of you probably already know. They run at 30 FPS, right? 30 frames per second. Now, at 30 FPS, the games are playable. It's not a big deal, right? But now with the Switch 2, most of these games run at 60 or close to it, and it runs beautiful, right? No update needed. It just works out of the box. Now, I got to give props to some of the developers. My theory is I think they were thinking ahead, and they didn't cap the FPS when they were developing their games. So I'm hoping developers, go back and uncap their games. Or props if you can actually go even further and truly make it Switch 2 enhanced. I think it would totally be worth it. Now, speaking of which, I also tried the enhanced version of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and wow, man, that game is phenomenal. With the way they kind of coded that enhanced version, literally, it feels like a PlayStation 5 Pro game. I mean, it's on the same level of quality. I was kind of walking around, exploring the world, getting into fights, and they just did a fantastic job on that. As you can tell, I'm really happy with the Switch 2. All right, so is the Switch 2 worth buying in the big 2025? I'm going to say 100% yes. There's no reason not to buy a Switch 1 anymore. Literally just jump to a Switch 2. You can still play your Switch 1 games and move forward, right? The only reason I think you could buy a Switch 1, the only thing I can think of is to straight up save money. That's it. If you want to play with a loved one, with your wife or your girlfriend, right? Husband, boyfriend, then I can kind of see you, maybe you can buy 2 Switch 1s and play that way. Or what if you plan on giving it to a kid who's probably going to, trash and destroy their console, right? Then I can kind of see you getting a Switch 1. But otherwise, at this point, if you have the funds or you're planning on saving, I would say jump straight to the Switch 2. It's definitely worth it. Anyways, for those of you who have bought a Switch 2, please let me know down in the comments, you know, how do you feel about the purchase? Anything you've kind of noticed? I'm kind of curious to hear other people's thoughts on the console. Anyways, thank you so much. Let me know if there's any games you'd like for me to review as well. All right, talk to you soon. Catch you on the next video. Later.